just waiting on some people to join. I just feel like going live because I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to talk to. I'm so upset right now. Like, I'm literally shaking. Like, I cannot believe this. I'm just working right now, waiting on people to get on because the car dealer or the car shipper just actually called me. It's a mess, like a real mess. I can't believe it. How you guys doing this Friday evening, afternoon? How you doing? Hey D, how are you? I'm just sitting here waiting on more people to join the live before I get into what is going on. I'm gonna have to get a lawyer. Hey Robin. Hey Gray Man, how are you? I'm getting ready to be off of work in about 15 minutes. But anyway, so the shipper, I guess the transport company called me. They were like, the driver is in Orlando and I'm in the Tampa area, and they're like, okay, the driver wants to drop the vehicle off. So I just put in the video, I uploaded what happened with all of that. The driver said that they've been asking for my number since they picked the vehicle up, and the broker didn't give them my number. So the transport company was like, okay, my driver needs to get back on the road. You're gonna pay the $1,300. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna pay the $1,000, which I feel bad for the driver because the driver is expecting his $1,300. But the company tricked me basically because once the truck was picked up, I mean the van, I keep saying truck. If I say truck, y'all know, I mean the van, Journ'ee, was picked up. They said send the $400, you know, that's their, I guess, fee to pick it up. So I was like, okay. So then they told me the driver's requesting money. The driver wants more money, so send $700. So I just got off the phone with the transport company, and they said, we never request money. We don't get paid up front. We don't request money up front. When your vehicle gets dropped off, you pay us what we're supposed to get paid. So the transport company, they are charging $1,300. The company, the broker who found the company, I guess, is charging me $400. That would have been the 13 plus the 400 equals $1,700. So they try to trick me to sign a new contract for $2,000. So basically, they would have get $700 and gave the truck driver $1,300. But they said their broker fee is only $200 anyway. So they already got $700 from me. So, and the driver said they did not, the company said they did not request for me to send them any money. And they didn't talk to the broker at all about that. So the broker lied, the broker lied and made me send them money saying they were going to send it to the driver. So now I just don't know what to do because they're like, the driver needs to get back. Can you pay the $1,300 and then deal with the broker later? And I was like, I shouldn't have to do that. They were like, well, we go by the agreement that the broker sent us, which does say that they're going to get $1,300. That's what it says. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, they screwed you over and they screwed me over. Because they knew if they're only charging me $200 fee, then it should have only been $1,500 anyway. That's the original price that they told me, $1,500. Then they boosted it up to $1,700, and then they boosted it up to $2,000. And when they did the $2,000, I said, I'm not signing that. I'm not signing a contract for that. So my vehicle's in Orlando now, and they're saying that, hey, Van Life, Black Pearl, they're saying that they can put it in storage, and I'm like, well, storage, what do you mean by storage? Who has to pay the storage fee? And I guess the storage is just gonna take the vehicle and I pay it later. I gotta pay the storage and pay the $1,300 for the driver delivering it, or they won't release me the vehicle. I feel bad because, the driver has a family and he probably needs to get home and he probably wants his money. So what do you guys think? Should I go ahead and pay the driver the $1,300 and then just sue the broker later, or what? Or just hold off and let my vehicle go into storage? The man from the company said we dealt with this company. This is the second time doing business with the brokers, and the first time it was an issue too. I'm just like, I don't know why you would take another contract with them if they pulled one on you the first time. So it's like, I have the $13 to give them, but I wasn't gonna pay $2,000 to get my vehicle shipped here. And that wasn't what the contract said. So what do you guys think about that? Should I just go ahead and pay the driver his $1,300? The man, the owner of the company, I guess, he called and he was saying that he's going to try to call the broker and try to scare him, or he said do some kind of tactic to see. And I paid by Zelle, so Zelle says on their site that you can't get your money back. Like, you can't do anything about it. Yeah, so that's that. And the only reason why I'm paying it, because I would have not paid it at all, but I have a lot of stuff in there and I want all my stuff. Like, I can't go camping, I can't do anything because I don't have my stuff. Yes, the broker did scam me. And I know that the broker scammed me, but I don't know if I should go ahead and pay the driver and sue the broker later, or... Yes, Miss Cox, they said that I do have to pay the storage. But I was like, if I get a lawyer, I will make, if, everything works out, the broker pay it. Because, I don't want to pay. My whole point of it is, I don't want them to do what they did to me to somebody else. Because somebody could be desperate and really need their vehicle and they pull this. Well, actually, I'm going to say it like this. People probably have been desperate and needed their vehicle, so they paid the price. Once they changed it, they went on ahead and paid it, and probably was upset and mad and complained about it, but they probably didn't take it to the next step. So I am going to take it to the next step, regardless if I pay the $1,300 or if they end up delivering it to me and not paying it. If I paid $1,000, I'm going to take it to the next step anyway, because I don't want them to do this to anybody else. But it's just the poor driver. I feel bad for the driver because, that's their job. That's their money. Okay, so you think I should pay it, go ahead and pay it and fight them? Because I have hundreds of texts, hundreds of emails of me making sure that when the driver got here, all I had to pay them was $1,000 cash. And they kept saying, yes, yes, no worries, no worries. You only got to pay $1,000 when the driver gets there. That's all it says, straight up. And they changed it. Then they kept on saying different reasons why I have to pay this extra money. Yeah, I don't need the van. And that was another thing I told them. I was like, I'm not in a rush to get my vehicle because, you know, it's not in working condition right now. I just really want my stuff out of it. You know, I was going to sell it or trash it anyway because I don't really need it. But it's just the fact that I feel like I don't want them to be doing this to other people. They know people that break down. Yep. That's true, Ben. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Robin. Once they did put it in the storage facility, then I could call the storage company directly and ask them if I can get my stuff out of it and they can keep the vehicle. And then I can still go after the company because I'm going after them regardless. Because even the guy, the driver, the owner of that company said no. They did not say that. They didn't send me no money. I never asked them for money up front. We don't get money up front. We get it when we deliver. So they basically charging me a lot extra just to put in their pockets, and then we're gonna make me pay the driver when the driver gets here. And the guy from the company, the broker said, yes, I already reported them to the Better Business Bureau, Miss Cox. I did that. And the driver, I mean, the broker, the manager at the broker's firm said, just pay the money and I'm gonna make sure this never happens again. And I was like, how you gonna do that? Because you don't want in on it. No, you're not gonna do that. And they kept trying to make me sign this new contract for more money. And they were lying, telling me the contract said that I'm just stating that I paid my deposit. And I was like, that's not what this contract says. And they're like, well, we're not going to give you your vehicle if you don't sign this new contract. And I was like, why? When I already signed the contract, I don't need to sign a new contract. If they're not going for your things, you may not have access. That's what I was saying. The guy who owns the transport company is like, well, we're going to put it in storage and make sure that it has a gate and all that. So I know I won't have access, but I mean, if they put it in there, only thing I can call and ask them that, you know, if I can get my things out of there. But I know more than likely I won't be able to. I just don't know if I should go ahead and pay the driver the money and say, oh yeah, they scammed me. I know they scammed me. And I'm still gonna pay the driver, even though the driver and the other company didn't have nothing to do with it. The broker did. And I also wondering if I can get a statement from that company saying that the broker lied, because the man, he said no, they didn't talk to me. I didn't get no money from them. I didn't request no money. Yeah, I'll pay for it, I guess. I just didn't really want to because I didn't want to pay $2,000 for a vehicle that don't work. That was my whole point. And then now that they got over on me, then it's like I want them to get in trouble because I don't want them to be able to do this to nobody else. Yes, Robin, I have the names, I have the numbers, I have all the text messages. I've been corresponding with them for like a month and a half. I have all of that. I have all the emails. I wouldn't speak to anybody in person because I didn't trust them. I wouldn't speak to them over the phone. But today I had to speak to the manager on the phone because he kept calling me. I wanted him to email me and he wouldn't email me back because he knew he was in wrong. He was in the wrong. So when he did call me, he said, just pay, let's pay the money. And they first try to say it's because of the miles and because it's a van, it's bigger. And I'm like, that's a lie, because when I contacted you guys over a month and a half ago, you knew how many miles it was. You knew what type of vehicle it was. So they try to say that's why they charging extra. Then the lady went and said, I'm charging you extra because you're taking so long to sign the contract. And I was like, no, you can't charge me extra for taking time to sign a contract, and I've already signed the contract anyway. And then they said, oh, we have to charge you the broker fee, which you did, and I paid it. And now you're saying, oh, I should have charged you $300 and I only charged you $100. It's just not adding up. The money's not adding up. I paid y'all $700 and I have to give the driver $1,300. You saying your brokerage fee is only $200 and the driver wants $1,300. So they already was getting an additional $200 out of me even from the beginning, because they originally told me $1,500, which that would add up $200 their fee and $1,300 for the guy. But then they came back and told me $1,700, and they still only giving the driver $1,300. Then they changed it again, $2,000. Okay, D. And I really try not to get upset about it. I'm just really sad for the driver. So that's probably why I will pay it, because I feel bad. The driver doesn't have anything to do with it. They really don't. They didn't know the company was scamming them, and I didn't know the company was scamming me. I'm thinking, okay, they said the driver needed the money for insurance or something else, and it's in my text, of course. And then I just like, if somebody elderly and they're not good with contracts and doing all of that, and say they're on a fixed income and they pull that on them, or anybody, people need their money nowadays. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pay, and then I'm gonna contact a lawyer. I do have the company, the broker. When the driver comes, I'm gonna see if he'll sign a statement or give me his contact information. At least if he gives me his phone number or whatever, then I could contact him through that and let him know and apologize, because I didn't know, and I kept apologizing to the company because I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, I thank you guys for your advice. That's what I needed, because I didn't know if I should just let it go in storage, because I was going to do that and just say, get a lawyer and make the broker have to pay the storage fee and um, pay the fee, pay me to get my money back and all of that. I was going to sue them for that, because, like I said, I'm not in a rush to get my stuff back. Oh, maybe that is true, D. They could all be in on it. That is true. That's something to think about. I didn't even think about that. Even the storage place that they will be putting it in. All right, I'm about to call. I'm gonna go ahead and call and I guess take care of it. I think the driver might have called me because I have an Orlando. Well, I don't know. He said the driver had to get back home and he doesn't live in the city. Maybe I don't know who that was. So I'm gonna check and see who this Orlando phone number was, and then I guess I'll call the owner back to the shipping company and tell him, send the driver. But I don't get it. It shouldn't have never been a problem anyway. The driver should have just already came because I already signed the contract. So as far as they know, when they got here, they would have been getting $1,300. They should have known that I didn't have their full amount because they upped the price after they already picked my vehicle up. So the company must have said, don't go because she don't have her money or whatever. I don't know. It's always something. Okay. Yes, I put it out there. I put it on Better Business Bureau, and there's other company like federal things. I did. I told Zelle. I already did Better Business Bureau, and then there's another like financial federal institutions that I contacted, and I do plan on contacting some more, whoever I can, to let them know. And go on Google. I did go on Yelp. I think I did a Yelp review. So I'm gonna reach out to everybody that I can to do it. I'm going Facebook, Instagram, wherever. But all right, guys, thank you for your advice. Hang in there. Question rule: does transport is a national company contacting union? Maybe someone or our hub is there. Union brother can get permission to get your stuff and ship it. Yeah, it's in Orlando, so that's not far. I can drive and get my stuff. Orlando is about an hour and 10 minutes from here, so I could get my stuff um if they allow me to. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for the advice again. If y'all have any other responses or suggestions, advice, just leave the comment and I'll see it. But I'm going to try to call the company to see if they talk to the broker and what do they say and what storage do they think they're going to put it in.